Welcome, guys, to our YouTube channel. Today we have a special friend who will take us through the Fort Jesus in Mombasa, Kenya, which was the last arsenal for the Portuguese. So today, one by one, we're going to learn about the last arsenal for the Portuguese. Welcome. Let's enjoy the videos.
Cannons. We have two different cannons.
These cannons were actually used during war for the defense of the ocean on the entry, because the Portuguese used to fight a lot with the Arabs. So for them to maintain dominance, they had to have 200 meters,
but it was not exploding. It was just so we have two types.
We have a real anchor. This is a real anchor for the ships that used to come to the port, and as you can see, it is very heavy to make it be able to sink and anchor the ship. These are the cannons which are already disintegrated because of time. These were gadgets that were used in the 1400s. As you can see, this was a fort. The reason why it was a fort is because it's actually a fortress, and a fortress has very thick walls and just very small peeping holes where you could peep out to see what is happening, but able to ensure that no projectile, no armor, no bullet can get through. That's why you can see it is very thick and has very small holes where the Portuguese could be able to look outside to see. At the entrance, it is written in Portuguese. For those who are able to read, maybe sometime you'll be able to see what is there. Alright? So now we get into the actual Fort Jesus. So guys, this is a very special feature. Since this was an isolated place in a forest, in a foreign land, there were animals, big animals, elephants, cheetahs, lions and all that. And sometimes the elephants will come and knock on the doors. To protect against the elephants knocking on the doors and harming human beings, this was invented. The sharp pointed objects were put on the doors to ensure that any time an elephant tried to hit against the door, it will actually get pierced by these sharp objects. It has a very small looking out hole just to ensure, to check what is happening outside. This entrance has a counter. If you look here, it has a piece that is blocked, but here is a counter. This counter used to count the number of slaves who have entered here. That's why if you pass, you'll feel a clicking sound. It will click, tell you this. So there is no way of saying that we have 20 slaves and they have not passed through here. All of them will pass there and they will be recorded here. So the slave masters, the merchants will just check how many slaves do we have, and this thing used to record. So it's one of the earliest forms of record keeping. Now see the cannons, the actual cannons are here.
Guys, these are the actual cannons here at the Fort Jesus, Mombasa, Kenya.
Do you know how cannons used to work? They used to put the gunpowder here and put the cannons. When they put the cannons, when they put the cannon, the gunpowder will be ignited. Once it is ignited, it will then throw the cannons all the way. That's why these are called cannons. Come and see the actual cannon. This is an actual cannon. This is an actual cannon. It is a very heavy stone. Actually not stone, it's a very heavy round. This. So you ignite at the back, the gunpowder just comes off, and this thing will throw this projectile so far away. So if you look at that, those were the watchtowers. That is a watchtower. It has an entrance. So the sentry would sit over there, take turns, and watch what is happening. Then the cannons will be placed on those peeping holes that you could see there. So they will hit any object that comes close to the fortress.
This is the hole that used to throw the cannons very far. This is where the cannon used to throw the fire. See. Hi guys, this is how now the cannon was used to be placed towards the sea. Like now this one was set to blow towards the sea. This is how the Portuguese were using the cannons in their war. Look at this one, they already being set for war towards the sea. So this is how they were setting it towards the sea. This is the cannon here. I think you can see it very well. There you can see the cannon, and you can see this is what they used to. A rail was put that could drive the cannons near to the sea. We're going to enjoy more in Fort Jesus, Mombasa. Good guys, these are more cannons that were being put here. This was the administrative center of this place. Okay, we can look there. There are so many cannons that are running around. Also, there is some historical sites here that have been put here. That's Pure Pinto Gama. And what they contributed towards this place. So there they are. Seems Pinto Gama. And guys, here we can see the story of the late Pio Pinto Gama, who was assassinated then, and here people are writing his history that is printed here. Pio Pinto Gama was assassinated in 1965 while still young, so it seems his memory still lives on here at the Fort Jesus, Mombasa. Here are his photos.
Kama sisi tumelista CBC ndio ina copy.
Unless mtu atakwenda kujisearch.
Ukianza kuuliza mtu ndio hapa na mtoto anakwambia I wasn't there. Yeye ndio mambo ya
Hello Rose.
That was the main gate. It was close to this thing of sand. We don't know 1995. And then when you go there, there's a small cave there. That's where they used to keep the weapons by the time of the Portuguese. Please give way. By the time of the Portuguese, they were keeping weapons in that passage. And also, by the time of the Arabs, they were keeping slaves. It was supposed to happen when their eyes and hands were
So, the actual Fort Jesus was a dug out place, and you can see these are the corals. This is a very hard stone. This stone can last forever, doesn't soak water, doesn't get disintegrated, so it's a really old place. Now, if you come down here, these were passages. These were the passages where the slaves would be taken out. As you can see, actually this is dug out. See, the ground is up there, but this is dug from up there down here, and you can see these guys were real masons, because you could see the arc, you can see the arc, you can see the perfect cutting. They had the technology to do that in the 1400s. So this, as you can see here now, if you zoom out, you can actually see the cannons. All right, you can actually see the cannons facing the ocean. So if anyone tried to come over here, those cannons will meet him, or they will meet any hostile ship that is trying to come over here and maybe attack the fort. But as you can see, the fort is an actual, is actually a fortress because of the thickness, depth, and the way it was actually sculpted. You can go there, and then you can say that we are entering into some of the chambers.
Guys, here now we are entering to some of the chambers where the slaves were being kept by the Portuguese. And the way it looks like, once you are brought inside here, there was no way out. So we are entering to the chambers one by one. This is the first chamber. You can see here the way it was built, the way it was crafted. It seems these guys were very careful. Technique then had gone high. This was done in 1609, 1606. That's when the Portuguese did this. So you can see this was a chamber. That's 1400 years ago. Guys, what you can see here, we are going to the captain's house. As you can see here, what the Portuguese did. This was the captain's house. I think this is where the captain was staying. As he planned for his arsenals against any enemy who is to approach this place. So it was closed because the renovation is going on, but it was a very nice captain's house. Guys, as you can see, this used to be the seat for the, I think, for administrators, because this place is administration block. These are the seats they used to sit on as they make their decisions here. But it seems to be very old and very much uncomfortable. So guys, now we're in the history where this the administrators of this place. As you can see, this is where they used to hold the meetings, the Portuguese. As you can see, there is their chairman in the middle and his council seated, ready to make decisions for this place. This was their seats, and this was the gun and the bullets that they were using. I can see it's very well preserved, the gun there for other generations to read. And I think that was their council that is there, that the historians have placed in that place. So if you have heard about Mazrui, this is it.
This is to protect Mazrui for everything in Kenya coastal region. Sasa utaona hapa, from here up to here, this is the British soldier. Okay. Alafu from here up to there, this is the Oman Mazrui family soldier. Mazrui and British will stay here to discussing something before, and then who continue for the security. After Mazrui to back to Oman, British who can take over from here. After British, now Kenya independent in 1963, Kenya we can take over from this place here. Sasa last year walifanya renovation, this is the new renovation. Yeah, this is the renovation, and this is the whole Quran, the Quran here. No.
Association of the
because these are the weapons that were used by the guys here, the Portuguese. This was used to hold. That was used by the Oman. You can read there. These are their weapons.
We are informed that we have
And
established
this is
order to carry out
the pistol
of foreign affairs.
that was used by
Wasafiri Hana.
the money, so you can read there for yourself. So today we are the last astronauts I said for the Portuguese in Kenya. It's in Africa.
Flows on the roof this
Kuna
side.
Uganda mahali. Hii ilikuwa ni kama ni court room.
Here you can see it is written in Arabic. Guys, these are the tycoons now used to run the slave trade in the country. All of them you can see they are Arabs who came in from very far away. And you can read each of them, their history is here. It's called Ali, Hussein bin Ali is here. And his history is there. This is another Arab. There's another guy. His history is there. Everybody with his history. In fact, these are the swords. I think that these will symbolize power that he's holding. You can see also this one is holding his sword, symbolizing his powers. And then this is Mombasa town when it started. Long time ago, as you can see there, there's Mombasa town. The highland of Mombasa is there. These are things we have back.
To draw, to symbolize.
These are the drawings that were done by the Portuguese. So they were building these, symbolizing the ships that were docking at the port of Mombasa. These are the drawings. Imagine, these drawings have been here since 16 or 9, since they were left here by the Portuguese.
The drawings, the drawings, as you can see, they symbolized the life of the Portuguese. If you have to look at here, you can see that it has a drawing of fish, which is the favorite food. Their main trade was traveling by ship, boats, and doors. So as you can see, this actually symbolizes their life. They used to lie. They also had churches. If you have to look at, there is a church there, like that is a dream of a church. These are the church you can see, because some of them professed Christianity. They symbolized the wars they used to fight. As you can see here, they are soldiers, and such kind of what their lifestyle basically was, what it was about. These are some of the soldiers that were stationed here at the fort to protect it. So they used to draw down what life was like for them. As you can see, the doors here, they are called Omani doors. Omani people were very detailed in terms of art and what they liked to see and experience in their doors. So you could see very fine art, sculptures and drawings, and also writings on the door. What we call the fort sentries. The fort sentries, this is where the soldiers would sit and guard against the intruders to the fort. So they'll sit, like for example, on that watchtower. There is also another watchtower. If you looked at the other end, there were also watchtowers strategically placed, so that they can be able to see who is trying to attack the fort. And you can see the cannons are also there stationed, so that in case of any danger, they will quickly call for reinforcement and start the bombardments. This is an actual cannon placed here. We are going to try and just experience what the Portuguese were undergoing during that time.
Actually, there's another cannon there. There you can see there's another cannon facing the sea. And there is the watchtower. They used to go and watch over the enemies who are coming in. This is the cannon you can see down there, towards the sea, ready to bomb any ship or enemy who's attacking them. So I will show you
the gunpowder over here, ignition here, and when it became too hot, it threw.
It threw it to the cannon now would fire towards the sea. There you can see the ocean of Mombasa. So you can see where the war used to be fought. So these guys were, yeah, the Indian Ocean. They were very clever to place their cannons where they could fire.
Actually a peephole, so you can experience the peephole. You can see that peephole. Yes, so if you go close there, you can see the ocean. You can actually be able to see the ocean and just see what is going on over there.
Yeah. Huh? These guys were very serious in doing this work.
Look at the thickness of this fort. That's why it is called a fort. The thickness is actually almost 1 meter.
Yeah.
Almost 1 meter thick. Meaning there is no cannon, there is no gun, there is no trajectory, there is no force that can bring down this wall. And that's why this wall has actually stood the time. Probably rivaled by the Chinese wall, the Great Wall.
Guys, there are more people, as you can see there, and they will peep towards the sea to see where the enemy is coming from. It means the Portuguese were very keen. Because I see the other people here. Clear now, and you want to see the enemy at the sea.
Once you have passed this area that is looking, if you look at the ocean keenly, you'll see two parts. There is one that is deep blue. Now that is the deep sea.
Well, you can see something like ships.
That is the deep sea. That is the deep sea. So if you pass over there, you are likely to meet big fish.
And also the Kenyan Navy should be patrolling the other side of the sea.
But this other area, this other end is actually very shallow. You can walk in, you can swim. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Hey guys, I'm on top of the watchtower, and on top tower you can see this thing was strategically placed by the Portuguese. Told them fight the war. And you can see towards there is the ocean, so nobody would come near the Fort Jesus. You can see there is the ocean. So this on top of the tower, you can see these guys were ready for any enemy attacking them from the sea. There is the sea, the Indian Ocean. I mean the Indian Ocean. So there was no attack. These guys were very well done to fight the war.
Omani ndio walichukua kutoka the Portuguese.
This one the Oman took from the Portuguese guys. As you can see there, you can read the Oman well. They are very well written. This was done when they captured the Fort Jesus in 1698. It seems now the Portuguese were defeated in 1668 AD. The depth of the wall is 76 feet down.
Or 23 meters, and the well still has water.
The well still has water since then. You can see, guys, this was not a joke. Our war was fought. That's why we called it the last arsenal for the Portuguese in Africa.
Was dug to supply water to the Portuguese. That's why they were not defeated because of lack of water. Because this water connected to the ocean, and therefore they had water throughout.
So I think you can see down there, you're able to see, and how they used to pull out water coming up. Guys, the work was done here by these guys. It was not a joke.
The Omani house, you can see some of the boats that were being used during those times.
So this is a shell of the boat that, not a shell, but it's a boat that was used during the The Omanis reign in Mombasa, in Kenya. So guys, you can see this is the boat that was put here for memory of the Omani brothers, and this is what they used to put for that white sheet to direct the boat.
So the Omanis defeated the Portuguese. They created and they built this house.
Now these are the Omanis. Guys, you can see there the Omanis. These are the guys who conquered this place. These are the guys who did this. The sultans. There they are. This is the sultan. Here he is. And this is the portrait of our President William. So these are the rulers who took over from the Portuguese, as you can see them here. There. There you can see.
The Omanis preserved their history in this room.
As you can see, they were merchants. You can see there. It's quite dark. You may not see, but there you can see that they are
some of the common foods that they used to eat or prepare.
That's some of the common food they used to prepare. You can see these guys were not a joke. The coast of Mombasa.
So after defeating the Portuguese, they reinforced, they increased the walls and built more houses. So these are some of the rooms that they built here.
Yeah.
They are preserving their history here, telling us what used to happen during those periods. These are private rooms for the Omanis and important visitors.
Some of the items, so guys, you might not see them well because the room is a bit dark, not lit. These are things that the Omanis used to use, and you can see here is a statue of the Omanis that was built. You can see Zalura used to have that stick, and I think this was a gun that he was carrying here. This guy, the Omani, and then you can see this other side we're having the beautiful Swahili girls and in their dresses. You can see them because there's no lights close, but to see beautiful girls, the Swahili girls.
See here that this is an actual letter that was written by Prophet Muhammad asking the kings of Oman to accept Islam as their faith. The fort was actually fortified and protected all round by the cannons, which were the guns of choice during that time. These are watchtower, but now has been, and you can see it's an Omani watchtower, not the Portuguese anymore, now used as a monument.
And this is a drawing of this place. So there they have indicated the drawing of the Fort Jesus, how it looks from outside, and now we are inside the port, the arsenal. Yeah, this was the seat for the Omanis, you can see there, and the table where they used to take notes in those ancient days. There you can see their photos. These guys must have ruled this place for quite a while. There you can see them and their history is being displayed there. This is, I think, when President Reagan also was with one of the Omanis. They are the people who have ruled this place. They are one of the Omanis with the Queen Elizabeth. So you can see them. These were well established guys in this part of the world. Here you can see the stamps that were used by Posta Kenya. They were bought by the Omanis. There you can see them. And even the awards that were being given. These guys were well financed, as you can see them.
trading relation. Don't play the joy.
There we go.
Welcome back again. This is the humpback whale. This whale was actually washed ashore at the Tana River estuary, and then it was put together by a team of museum archaeologists. This humpback whale is estimated to be 19 to 25 years old, whereas an adult or the lifespan of a humpback whale is 45 to 100 years old. So at 25, this is actually a young adult whale.
So these are the remains of the bones that were removed from the whale. You can see it's very long, a very long whale. This is the head of the skeleton of the head of that whale. As you can see from here, I'm standing. The end is something that's very long. It's not a joke. This was the front part of the whale. So guys, there's a lot of history here to learn at the Fort Jesus of Mombasa, Kenya, and at the shores of the Indian Ocean. So you are welcome to come and see what's happening here in picture. And now there is the history. You want to read? There it is, guys, actually.
So this whale is about 25,000 kilograms estimation. When it is an adult, maybe 40,000 kilograms.
Guys, here is the skeleton of the rail that was done in 1606 by the Portuguese that we found here. And see some people, you can see there, this is the skeleton that was left behind after the war. Guys, this is the collective view now, full view of Fort Jesus. You can see at the musician block, you can see the guns there, everything that was done in this place. This is the aerial view of the place. You can see there. There you can see. It's not so nice here. This is the war area that was done here in Africa. As you can see, there are people. So many people come from all over the world to visit the Fort Jesus. They want to learn the history that was left behind by the Arabs, the Omanis, and the Portuguese. So when we come here to learn about the war that was fought in 2 years. That is 1696 to 1697, 98, part of 98. So it was 2 years war that was fought here. So you can see here, there are so many guys who have come from all over the world to visit Kenya, to learn more about the Fort Jesus, the last arsenal for the Portuguese in Africa. We continue learning more as we move around. There you can see is the Kenyan flag. That's